Hello, good afternoon. I just want to say happy International Women's Day to everybody, and I am still persevering with the book After by Anna Todd. Now, this is going to be a major spoiler alert for anyone who's not read the book. If you can get to chapter 74 and 75 in the book, the penny will finally drop, okay? In these two chapters, it really explains the relationship between Tess and her mother, and Harden and Tess, and the sort of person he kind of really is. So, in the movie, if you've seen the movie After, Tess is fooling around with Harden and she's in a room, and the mother comes in and basically says, if you're not going to break up with him, I'm going to cut you off. And then they have this kind of like argument about how I'm not a child anymore, you can't treat me like I'm a child, how dare you? It's my life, I'll do what I want, blah, 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 yeah? And she walks out. And what Harden does for her is really sweet. He apparently, his dad has a friend who's moved to Italy for the year, and they rent the apartment that his friend has. Well, they don't really rent it, they kind of look after it for them and live there. Now, in chapter 74, it's completely different. Tess isn't rolling around in the hay, so to speak, with Harden when her mother catches her. They aren't even in a bedroom, they're just literally outside the dorm. And Tess's mom, she is fuming. She is like, how dare you break up with Noah? How could you do this? He's from a good family. He's the best thing for you. You're ruining your life. You're basically being a slut. You've humiliated me in front of Noah's family. You need to let him take you back. And she has nothing positive to say about Harden at all. So Tess's attitude is, well, get out of my life then. You know, I've got a job. I've got an internship. I'm earning my own money. You know, I'm in love with somebody else. I'm sorry it's not Noah. But I've moved on since then. I've been at college 3 months almost now. And in that time frame, people might think 3 months isn't a long time. I actually worked abroad for 3 months when I was younger. I worked in the south of France. And the amount that I believe I had to grow up in that time frame, because I was on my own in the middle of nowhere, in a foreign country, I could barely speak the language, and I had to do everything on my own. And I did a lot of growing up those 3 months. And when I came home, I had to move back in with my parents because I was ill. And they were like, where are you going? I'm going out. No, you're not. You've not asked my permission. Where are you going? At that point, I was the same age as Tessa is in the book. I was 18. And I was like, Mom, Dad, can't I just have a key to... No, you're having a key to my house. You live here, you live under our rules. When are you going to get another job? You know? And I'm like, Mom, Dad, I will go and get another job. I've just come back from the south of France. I had an infection. I had to be put on antibiotics. Which is why I had to terminate my contract early with the company I work for, who were complete scum anyway. And it was like I was this child again, and I was a prisoner in my own home, because it wasn't my home, it was my parents' home. So I can clearly relate with Tess when she's saying, okay, my mum pays for my dorm, she pays for me to sleep somewhere at college, but I'm the one who got the 4.0, I'm the one who's got the internship, I'm the one who's paid for my own car, I'm the one who's worked to support me and my mother during the traumatic time she went through getting over my dad, who for 10 years of my life was an abusive alcoholic. So she's very scathing of Harden, because basically she's judged a book by its cover, which is ironic considering the book is about books and romance and how it's perceived through literature. So that is in chapter 74. So at the end of this chapter, Harden says, after actually standing up for Tess in front of her mum, and says, look, I love your daughter. I'm not just going to fool around with her. You know, we are in love. And she's like, yeah, you don't even know what love is. How dare you? You know, you haven't got a clue, you're children. Sort of attitude. He suggests that maybe they could move in together. So that's in chapter 74. I'm going to stop it there, and then I'm going to do a separate one for chapter 75.